certified nurse assistant at Greenville Health Center, and I'm also a proud union member, E-board member, and the delegate of SEIU 1199 New England. I want to say thank you to the Governor, McKee, and for allowing me to speak today and for the signing the Nursing Home Quality Care Act into law. I also want to thank the bill sponsor, Senator Madeline Goodwin, thank you, and Representative Scott Slater. My coworkers and I have been fighting for years to win better staffing for our nursing homes. Before the pandemic, we were short-staffed. The pandemic made it far worse. Our residents suffered, and we caregivers suffered too. Without a doubt, the nursing home staffing and the Quality Care Act will make life better for our residents. I work in a dementia unit, and with more staff, we will be able to give them more time, attention, engage in activities, and try to help them to improve their memory. Having more staff means we will get to talk to residents, hear about their lives, hold their hands when they are lonely, give them back the quality care and dignity they deserve. This will make a huge difference. This will make a huge difference if, God forbid, we have to deal with another pandemic. The law will also help thousands of caregivers like me. Every day we are under such a stress, rushing around trying to get things done. More staff will be such a relief in our bodies, minds, and spirits. And it will allow us to focus on better care. And by raising wages, we will be able to attract more caregivers to the field who will know their work is valued and fairly compensated. I am so excited to see this day finally come. Every day I have to go alongside my union sisters and brothers to improve care in our nursing homes, and finally, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Yes. Thank you, Governor McKee, Senator Madeline Goodwin, Representative Scott, and all the leaders in the House and Senate for raising the bar on resident care. I would like now to introduce Governor Dan McKee.
Thank you, Arlene. And thank you to all your colleagues that are here with you today and doing the work every day in our, during this pandemic, caring for Rhode Islanders in nursing homes and long-term care facilities. Thank you so much. So we know how much the nursing home residents and staff have been through over the last year. And today, with the signing of this bill, we take a step forward for staff, residents, and their families. We're joined here today with our Lieutenant Governor. I'd also like to recognize House Speaker Joe Sacacci, Senate President Dominic Ruggiero, for their role in getting this bill passed. I especially want to thank bill sponsors, Representative Scott Slater, and Senate Majority Whip Mary Ellen Goodwin. Senator, you're making a habit of this. Many other legislators are here today who champion this cause, and I want to thank them as well. I'd also like to recognize the nursing home staff who shared. So Rhode Island nursing home residents deserve the very best possible care. And nursing home staff deserve the supports they need to make that happen. Stronger nursing home staffing standards and funding for direct care staff will help raise the bar on quality care right here in Rhode Island. The bill we are signing today will establish a minimum standard of 3.58 hours of resident care per day by January 1st, 2022, and 3.81 hours beginning January 1st, 2023. The bill also provides funding to raise wages for direct care staff. This is crucial and long overdue. This funding will also help in recruiting and retaining a stable and qualified workforce in this industry. And today we need that more than ever. States across our nation have long been facing challenges when it comes to nursing home staffing. COVID-19 compounded those challenges. Today, Rhode Island is taking action to address this issue head-on. Again, thank you, Adelina, your colleagues, caregivers across the state, for all you do. Rhode Island is grateful for your dedication. This bill is a way of showing our gratitude. Now I'll turn it over to our Lieutenant Governor Matos. Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you, Adelina. That was really good. Thank you for that message. Thank you, Governor McKee. Once again, you're going to be signing an important piece of legislation that's going to help the workers in the state of Rhode Island. I want to take this moment because I'm thrilled to say that Senate Majority Whip Mary Ellen Goodwin is a force to reckon. Thank you for your leadership and making this happen. As the governor said, this is the third time we're here together. And at the House level, we have Representative Scott Slater, who was championing this legislation. I want to thank both of them for their tireless advocacy for the working family and for always championing the residents of Rhode Island. I want to congratulate both of them on their hard work and for your support and making sure that the residents of Rhode Island's voices is always heard. But I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge that it takes leadership, and the leadership of Senate President Ruggiero and the Speaker of the House, Joe Shekarchik, is in this place right here. As someone that had to lead a body, I understand that it's so hard, but sometimes you have good legislation that are gonna do good work, and it's hard to get them passed. So that wouldn't be possible without the leadership of the Speaker and the Senate President. So I want to say thank you. Finally, I just want to say to the members, the colleagues and members of the General Assembly, thank you for your work to making this a reality, and congratulations for making this a reality. With that, I'm really pleased that I get to introduce the Speaker of the House, whose leadership has been showing in all this work, all this bill that we have been able to support and to sign into law. With that, I want to present Speaker Joseph Shekarchik.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Thank you all for being here today. This is an important issue. It's an issue that's been around at least 3 years. And as the governor spoke before, Lieutenant Governor, our senior population, we hope them as we need the highest quality care. For me, this bill was never about unions or never about nursing home owners. For me, this bill was always about the patients and the people who care for them. We owe, as a society, we owe a duty. We owe a duty to the seniors, family members who are placed in nursing homes, and the people who care for them to get the very best possible care. And this bill does that. And that's why I'm very proud to say, and I supported it. My colleagues in the House, I want to mention them, but I really want to particularly talk about the two House sponsors. Scott Slater, who turned out to be a rock star of the House in so many ways, never stopped this issue from being on the forefront. His #1 priority for 3 years. Bill O'Brien, his co-sponsor, same thing. Bill comes with a lot of bills, but he always started with the nursing home bill. You have to get the nursing home bills because it's my #1 priority, Speaker. And we were able to do it early in the session. We didn't want to wait for the waiting days because it's such an important issue. But he had help. He had help from Leader Blazajewski, Chairman Marvin Abney, Whip Kazarian, Representative Speakman, Representative Beer, Representative Bennett, Representative Potter, Representative Amore, Representative Felix, Representative Morales, all who are here today to show their commitment. When I became the speaker, I assembled a working group of representatives from different points of view, and I asked them to dig in deep on this issue, find out what these issues that separate them, and come to a consensus, and they did that. And the only way, they did it without fanfare and press releases. They did it by rolling up their sleeves and working and solving the problem. So to my colleagues who helped me and helped Scott Slater and Bill O'Brien, I thank you. I thank everybody for being here today. And most importantly, I want seniors to know that we in the State House, collaboratively with our friends in the Senate and the governor, we got this done, and we got it done early because it's the right thing to do. Thank you. It's my pleasure to welcome to the next speaker my very
Much, Mr. Speaker, and I want to welcome everyone here today. This is certainly a momentous occasion. Almost a week ago, we met in Cumberland and signed Senate Bill number 1, which was the minimum wage bill that was sponsored by Senator Ana Casada. Today, we are signing Senate Bill number 2, which is the nursing home staffing legislation. And actually, we're doing all this before Memorial Day, which I can't remember when I've ever done before, as far as 2 major pieces of legislation. So we're immensely proud of that, but I want to recognize my colleagues who are here today. Obviously, Senator Goodwin was the sponsor of the Senate legislation that passed, but also a number of people have worked on this legislation along with Senator Goodwin and along with the advocates. And that's Senator Michael McCaffrey, Senator Cynthia Coyne, Senator Joshua Miller, Senator Ana Casada, and a host of other people who couldn't be here today. So I want to thank those people for their efforts, because this legislation has been a Senate priority for the past couple years. And I certainly want to thank my colleagues for their initiatives, for their activity, and for their advocacy of this particular legislation. I want to commend Scott Slater, Representative Scott Slater. He has done a great job on this legislation. He has been an advocate for this issue over the past 3 or 4 years, along with Senator Amirio and Goodwin. So I wanted to recognize him. I certainly want to thank the leadership of the House for moving this legislation forward, and especially my good friend and counterpart on the House side, Speaker Joseph Sakachi. So I want to give them all credit. I want to thank them for everything they did regarding this legislation this year. And Governor McKee, I want to thank you for signing this legislation, and also I want to thank the Lieutenant Governor for your very kind words. So without further ado, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to present the House sponsor of the legislation, Representative Scott Slater.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for everyone for being here on this beautiful sunny day. What a wonderful event, and what a wonderful bill that without everyone here, everyone in this movement, the coalition that was put together, the workers, I think we thanked a lot of people, and I'm happy that the Senate President and the Speaker came up here and acknowledged all my colleagues that are here. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you, your support, your work, your advocacy, right there with me all along. I appreciate that so much. Also, this issue was passionate for me. It meant a lot to me. And when I think about it, Speaker Sakachi, when he was giving his remarks, he said it perfectly when he was talking about what this bill meant, not only to him, it meant the same thing to me. It was about our seniors and our work, the people that take care of them. During the pandemic, this bill was submitted before the pandemic, because this has been a problem that we had with safe staffing and making sure that the nursing homes were staffed well, the employees deserve to be paid. During the pandemic, we kept hearing about heroes, the angels that take care of our loved ones, and they are. You guys, the CNAs, that are here today, thank you so much for your work that you do. And why it was truly passionate for me is, you know, as my mom began to age and I became a caretaker for her. It's been about, the 25th was a year of my mom's passing. And so during that time, she was in and out of nursing homes, assisted living, and we needed folks like the CNAs that work in those places and that are there. And I became connected when I was in the nursing home, and as I was taking care of her, going to visit her, and we'd sit there and I'd talk and I'd chat with them. But they really didn't have that much time a lot of times because they were overwhelmed with the patients that they had and running around taking care of so many people. So this is why this became such a passion to me. It was personal, it meant a lot, and it was truly something that we deserve to our seniors, and we deserve to the hard workers that take on this job. That is really, it's become a devotion for many of them. They could find other jobs where they make more, but they truly care about the patients that they work for. They become their second family in a way, or maybe their first family in a way. And they're there on a daily basis, people that are you know, their voices might not be heard as much. So thank you for getting this legislation done. Thank you to the governor for signing this legislation today. Thank you for the Senate President, for your advocacy and for work, and all the colleagues, and especially my Senate colleague and counterpart who makes it look easy on her side is Senator Mary Ellen Goodwin. But I'd also be remiss too if I didn't really, Speaker Sakachi, you know, when he became Speaker, we had talked about this issue, and he told me that we're going to work on it. He's going to make every effort to get this bill passed. And definitely a round of applause because you didn't stop on this issue since we got up here. And thank you so much. So, and I know the coalition that was put together, SEIU did a lot of work on this, a lot of the interfaith, a lot of the groups that were here. But sometimes when I hear that this is a union bill, it'll help some union members, right? But overall, it'll help many more just regular employees that work on a regular basis in so many of our nursing homes, which they deserve. And it's truly wonderful that we'll be able to honor them, and we were able to move this legislation forward and respect the work that they do on a daily basis and respect our seniors. So thank you so much, and I've got the pleasure of introducing my colleague and my Senate sponsor is Senator Mary Ellen Goodwin, who she was way ahead of me. She passed this last year, so I'm glad I could do it. So thanks for making it look easy and showing me the path, you know.
I'm looking at the list. I guess they say the best for last. I don't know, but folks, I just want to say, I think so much has been said about the details of this bill, and rightly so. I just wanted to add my thanks to the many people who helped this day happen. I don't know, 3 years ago when we put this bill in, I didn't know if today would ever come, but surely it's here. This is a accumulation of a lot of people's efforts to have this bill here today. And they've all been mentioned. Let me start by thanking you, Governor. You're so hands-on and so making these public bill signings so prominent here. I think it's a good thing because it points out to the public that this law is enacted, that we're here to help Rhode Island and their families. And thank you to you, President Ruggiero, for always hearing me and our legislative process. And all of my colleagues that are here are actually co-sponsors on the Senate side. So thank you to all of you for your co-sponsorship and your work on this and your advocacy. Couldn't have happened without all of you. And to you, Speaker Sakachi, thank you for your efforts. I think now a lot has to be said under your leadership. For sure, things have changed. And plus a big part of the reason why we're here today, and to your colleagues in the House as well, Mr. Speaker, to my Mayor, thank you for your words as well. With all of those thank yous, I just want to end by saying I'm so happy about this day and about this legislation, in particular for the families here in Rhode Island who will benefit, that have loved ones in the nursing home. It's hard to believe that we were 41st in the nation and how curious we were. And I know that my counterpart, Scott Slater, who I actually saved the best for last, has advocated so very strongly alongside me for the last 3 years, really trying to get this bill here today for the governor's signature. So thank you, Scott, for your advocacy. I want to spread a little bit and just end by saying, you know, as Scott Slater said, we, especially during the pandemic, even for years, and rightly so, have called the caretakers that care for our sick and disabled and most vulnerable in Rhode Island heroes and angels, and they are. But it's easy to tweet out or to say that. We really needed to put our money where our mouth is, and I think we have to do today in this legislation. So happy for the first time. Especially when you're my condition.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. Get down here.
Mary Ellen? Get you another. Thank you.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Thank you.
You deserve it.
Yes.
Right. You got one more pen?
I'm right here.
Swear to me. Yes, thank you. Good job. Thank you so much. Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you. We got one for Adelina representing the...
Great.
Good
job, Adelina.
Keep the work going.
Senator Coyne, to drastically reform the practice of, well, the rather barbaric practice of solitary confinement. Where do you stand on that bill, and do you think it's going to pass this year?
I don't know. I have to look at all the testimony and.
Well, I mean, you managed the testimony. It was a wonderful job, by the way. I mean, you had a lot of diversity there in opinion, particularly at the end when Mr. Ferruccio weighed in and Mr. Raptakis weighed in. But what's your personal stand on it? That's what we're interested in.
Well, I don't make a personal stand on any of the legislation at this time because I'd like to cull through all the testimony, including the written testimony.
Fair enough.
Which there is so much at hand. So I want to make sure I do the bill justice and do my due diligence by culling through all the statements, not only verbal but written.
Absolutely. Last question: were you surprised at both the size and the intimacy of the testimony that took place over several hours?
No, I wasn't. Not at all, because when we have emotionally charged and very important legislation, it doesn't surprise me that there are a wide, varying degree of opinions, and it brings out many, many witnesses to testify. So, and I do appreciate the public coming out to testify on these very important pieces of legislation.
Any last question? Any expectation of a time element when we'll hear as to, well, from you, you're one of the leaders of the judiciary movement here in the state and criminal justice reform. You know, any time frame that we're operating under?
We're doing our best job to go through all these pieces of legislation. You know, Judiciary Committee handles hundreds and hundreds of pieces of legislation, so we do our best job, you know, to go as quickly as possible, but we want to make sure we do the right job.
Fair enough.
I can't give you a time limit at this
No,
time.
thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.